Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. They are the Baltic countries, and they are all competing at the Eurovision Song Contest in Torino. Stefan!
Hey, William!
Do you think the Baltics are competitive this year?
I think they are clear in their ranking this year.
Okay, so that's not a straightforward answer, but you're saying it's easy for you to rank them. In any case, I think it's time for us to go back and forth and name our number 3, our number 2, and our number 1. Are you ready?
Let's do that!
All right, Deb and Wiwibloggs.com. Why don't you kick us off with your number 3?
Have you eaten pussy today?
No, I don't do that.
Well, maybe you should eat some salad then, hunty.
I love that, girl. I had my avocado on toast this morning.
That ain't no salad. Citi Zēni is my number 3. You know, this nobody saw this coming at Supernova. I believe that you were expecting Aminata Savadoga to pull through. And whilst I wasn't necessarily expecting that, I like a wide open surprise. And Citi Zēni are fun. Actually, at the London Eurovision party, they literally blew up our live stream. I mean, like, so exciting. I really would have loved to have met them in person. They're just really good fun, but also they don't take themselves seriously. So hitting Eurovision on some level has been a huge success for them. And I don't think they'll ever be forgotten. I think they're probably 2022's most memorable act. And they're a great live band, you know? They do their thing, there's great chemistry, but, you know, ultimately it's a competition. And I think that in terms of if you isolate these 3, I think they're just the weakest link, you know, in this small bubble of rankings. So I'm going to put them number 3, not necessarily because they're bad, but just because I don't think that they'll go as far as the other 2 would.
I hear you. And actually, just for the ease of editing this video, they are also my number 3.
Being green is hot. Being green is cool. Eat your salad, save the planet. Being green is sexy as.
Now, I want to separate their studio cut from their live performance. The studio cut, it's funny for the first, 30 seconds, and then I'm totally bored. However, when you see them live, they have so much charisma. That lead singer, I don't know how much caffeine he drinks before every performance, but he is just go, go, go. In London, we saw the stage dive, executed poorly, then executed excellently. He has balls. He has balls, and those balls hit the floor when he smacked down on the first one. I just love his bravery, his daring, his courage. He puts himself out there. Funny enough, Devin, they said, oh, let's do an interview. So we set up the interview. I asked Wiwibloggs, oh, do y'all have questions? I show up for this interview on Zoom, and they said, surprise, we're interviewing you. They're hilarious. They are like on their own level. The video is funny. It's on their YouTube channel. They like have me make a salad and choose ingredients. They're hilarious. They're like really nice guys who believe in the message of their song. They believe in this kind of protect animals, protect the planet. It's like sincere, because something like this could be cringe and cheesy, but because they believe in it and live it, it elevates it. The song is borderline unlistenable, as you've said, but live, I can't help but smile, laugh. In Amsterdam, they killed it. They get such a good reception. And while they're popular among Eurovision fans, I do think the juries will kill them in the semifinal. I don't see juries.
As producers have killed them with the running order. They've slot them in the number 2 slot, which, as we know, is the slot of death. And I don't think there's much faith in their, in their possibilities, I think. But one thing I'm surprised at, are those torsos are not vegan. Let's just put it out there.
Are you saying there's protein in that belly?
Girl! And it ain't tofu!
Maybe they're eating chickpeas, lots of hummus. All I know is this.
Being green is hot. Being green is cool. Eat your salad, save the planet.
Toss that salad, girl. They've made the most of the Eurovision pre-tour. They really have. of all the acts, who has like thrown themselves into everything, who's shown up and delivered every time? Zēni. I really, I'd love it for them to make the final. I would just love that for Latvia. But if I'm being really hard, I just don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, also Latvia is never a safe bet, even when it's been so obvious that
Triana Park.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Triana Park.
Yeah. I mean, they even had the pimp slot, 18. We should point out that Michał Spock from Poland did qualify from second position in the semifinal way back in 2016. So it is possible.
It is possible, but I think it is harder. It is possible, but I think it is harder. I mean, they should have really opened the show because that would be
perfect
great.
Opener.
Yeah, it would have been a perfect opener.
In any case, Debin, we need to move on to our number 2. Who is your runner-up for Best Baltic Entry?
My runner-up is Estonia. Stefan. Oh, I really like this. I know that, you were lukewarm at Estilau this year, but I really think that Estilau showed up and delivered some really great indie entries. And of the sort of the left turn entries, this country-tinged submission by Stefan, I think is just actually quite excellent. And what I love about Stefan is he understands visuals. He knows how to sell this and how to package it. I actually think that it will squeeze into the Eurovision final.
Well, let me just tell you, Stefan Hope is also my number 2. I gotta say, I don't like this thrift store Dollar General Brokeback Mountain emphasis on the broke staging. They really need to sort this out. The staging totally lets it down. It makes it look cliche, Six Flags over Georgia amusement park. They need to elevate. I had a moment in Amsterdam when I was filming this for our Instagram Reels. The whole audience was singing along, and I really, for the first time that night, felt this whoa moment that this song had something special. And what's held me back previously is the staging. But in Amsterdam, in this concert setting where no one could really have proper staging, the power really came through. So that does give me hope for Torino, that he is going to be able to elevate. The man can sing. The man
and he can strum those guitar chords. I mean, whoa.
Oh, yes. He is plucking those strings, and those strings are attached to Debin Adderamy, Wiwibloggs.com. How high can this climb in the final, Debin?
I think it is pushing through. How high it's going to climb, I haven't analyzed that in greater detail. But I think of the acts, I think that this will qualify. I mean, Stefan is so charismatic. And I think that this song has an anthemic build. I hope,
Right.
There's a feel joy quality here. And can I just point out how telegenic he is? That, again, will have its fans. I think this is brilliant.
He is a famous Estonian singer, so there must be a reason why.
And cross-bordered, because he is of Armenian heritage. Again, that, picking votes from there as well.
Yeah, and remember, the Armenian diaspora is everywhere. So that's not just votes from Armenia. That's, a little bit of votes here, a little bit of votes there. It adds up.
It adds up. And I think he's very good. I don't think they're pushing that narrative as much. I think that, I only happen to know that. I haven't read that anywhere. But there's a missed opportunity there, because I think that, yeah, that could be pushed even further.
Well, let me tell you, the Armenian diaspora, they have their own sort of media circles, their own sort of media newspapers everyone goes to. People know. If you're Armenian abroad, you know Stefan is Armenian. So yeah, it's going to work out for him in that respect. All right, we move on to our number one. And it's obvious at this point that we both have the same number one. Who is she?
Monika Liu from Lithuania.
I mean, this is just epic, Devin. I'll let you go first, but let me just tell you, that song grows on you with each performance. She's only gotten better from Pabandamis Naujo to the concerts to now. She's ready to slay. She's unfazed. She's a gifted performer, and it pops out. When you see her, she just pops out with that beautiful personality, that beautiful voice, and ultimately a quite arresting, mysterious song.
It's, you know, she conjures a timeless quality here. There is elegance, there's sophistication, there is a refined Renaissance quality about her. I really like how this entry lives beyond its shelf life. You know, it's the kind of thing that you press play. I mean, like, if you had to guess what sort of era this is, you can't really pick. It could be 70s.
Yeah. It
could be today.
Yeah.
You know, it could actually be the future. Yeah, there's a strong Francophone sensibility here, but it's actually Lithuanian. Oh my God. There's so much. This is so well constructed. It crosses borders. It touches on many emotions, but you get a sense of wealth and it's not ostentatious, but it feels quality. Yeah, I love it.
Refined. This is refined. In Amsterdam, she proves she can also be wild. At one point in the song, she says, "Shake that ass!" She's just so funny. And in our interview with her, every interview she's had with Wiwibloggs.com, she's just been so warm, so open. She describes the song as having a spooky disco groove. And I think that's the perfect description, because it's spooky, it's disco, and it kind of makes you move with its own groove. I'm not worried about this. Like, I don't know. I feel like on the big stage at Eurovision, she'll be able to make this even more intoxicating. The Pabandamis Naujo stage, like, people didn't do that much generally. And I don't think she did anything. I don't think she literally did anything on the stage. It was kind of just her, but she is enough. So I look forward to seeing her in Torino. Do you agree?
When Ernst & Young locked my scores on April 1st, one of the ones I was most confident about was I made a very bold statement and said, this is one of Lithuania's best entries to date. And I'm not veering away from that. I'm actually standing by that. It's very difficult to compose a song this complex and yet so breezy, so easy, so fluid, so fabulous. And yes, you know, the bells and whistles here is not pyro and all the very expensive, you know, LED graphics. It's just a fabulous jumpsuit.
Yeah.
You know, short bobbed hair and just like long arms. Oh my God. It's so good.
It's fabulous.
Really, yeah. And I think that this is one of the entries that even if it finishes in the top 10, it would forever hold an underrated quality because it would be the sleeper hit that just weaves in. You know, there's nothing obvious about it. It's just doing its thing. I love it.
I really like the song. I like the performer more than I like the song. She is just, there's something magical about this woman. You know, I told her in Amsterdam, I said, you're like a witch, because when I look at you, you know, I just can't stop looking at her. She's got this quality. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just something very special that you're born with. She's got it. You know, you can't teach someone how to be a star. It's like the hydrogen and the helium, it's all come together inside of her.
It's
In
such a
any
good
case,
point. You can't teach somebody to become a star. And, you know, being a star is exuded from the very first breath. Like, you know it, you know, like when we meet stars, we know the singers from the stars. You know what I mean?
you know who's working for it and who is just born with it. And
born with it, Hunty.
Because the ones who are working for it, sometimes it can just be a little grating. In any case, that's what we think. What do you think? What is your top 3 of the Baltic countries, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia? Do you think any of them will make the final? Do you think all of them will make the final? Let us know here on Wiwibloggs.
Is Monika Liu on Pinterest?
Our girl's on Instagram, I'll tell you that, and she is looking good.
Well, she needs to get on Pinterest. Citi Zēni need to show their outfits on Pinterest. And we need a mood board from Stefan on Pinterest. You want to know why? Because Wiwibloggs is slaying on Pinterest.
You know, it's funny, we do have a Pinterest account, but we've not updated it in since 2015. But we have deleted a lot of stuff, though, let me tell you. All right, we'll see you later. Bye. Bye.